Hey guys, Primal Chaos here. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to have to do something a little bit different today. My internet's down, so I was going to record a reaction video, but I can't stream anything, so it'll be an awfully quiet one. So what I thought I'd do is I'd revisit a video I made like privately on my personal account ages ago. And look, some of you may have noticed that oftentimes when I hear something in a reaction video that's an interesting guitar technique, I'll usually take out a guitar and give you a little bit of a demo about, what they might be doing. And that's targeted directly at people who are maybe aspiring guitarists or people who are interested in, like a lot of people who are like lay people listen to music and they go, wow, that guitarist is amazing. They might not know why they're amazing. They just hear something that they're impressed with. And so I like to pull back the curtain a little bit and say, okay, what they're doing is two-handed tapping and it's a really cool technique, or they might be sweep picking or something like that. So those sort of little information bites are sort of targeted at people who are more curious. I know that there's plenty of you guys out there who are great guitar players and they don't need to hear that, but I like to sort of tailor my reactions to, the broad spectrum of metal fans, right? So for all you guys out there who are thinking about getting into guitar and thinking, oh, the barrier to entry is too high, guitars are expensive, all that sort of stuff, I wanted to show you today a guitar that I've got. Now, it might not be what you're looking for flavor-wise, because, obviously a lot of people who are on my channel listen to metal and stuff like that. And, Yngwie Malmsteen proved that, you don't need a metal guitar to play metal. He was notably a Fender Stratocaster player, which a lot of people would think of as more of a country and western style guitar or a blues guitar or something like that. And so this might not be exactly what you're looking for, but my point is, this was an extraordinarily cheap guitar. I think I picked it up for about $160 Australian. It was on sale. It was like a half price clearance thing or whatever. But regardless, deals are out there to be found. And so this is a no-name brand. Like, the brand's Platinum. It's obviously a Fender Telecaster knockoff. And it's a knockoff of a beautiful guitar. But this particular guitar, the reason I bought it and the reason I got it mostly was, even though it's completely outside of the norm of what I would typically play, was because I couldn't pass it up because the quality of of the build was just too good. And, it just goes to show that you can find really good guitars out there and you don't need to pay $3,000. What I'd recommend to people is, if you're going to go out and buy your first guitar, find the person in your life who's the most knowledgeable and take them with you and get them to pick out a cheap guitar that plays well, has good intonation. Or is adjustable to have good intonation, because most guitars need some work to begin with. Don't worry so much about things like pickups and things like that. You can worry about all that later, but just as long as the guitar plays well, has a good action is the distance between the strings and the fretboard, or at least can be manipulated to have that through some truss rod adjustments and things, which is probably over your head right now. Don't worry about that. You can always get the guys at the guitar shop to set it up for you. There's always a guy there who could typically do that. But, this guitar out of the box didn't play great. But me knowing how to adjust guitars, I quickly just, played around with it in the shop and got it to a level where I was like, yeah, I need to buy this. It's too good for that price, right? But like I said, it might not be your cup of tea. You might want something more extremely high gain or whatever. But those guitars exist too. You can go and find this in that style. Just go and find someone to assist you in purchasing, and I guarantee you'll be able to get into, at least the hobby of guitar playing for a reasonable price. Now the other thing is too, you think, okay, electric guitar, I need an amp. Most people, if you're on YouTube, maybe, will have some sort of a computer, and nowadays you can get like free plugins and stuff like that allow you to, emulate a guitar amp. There is a little bit of a barrier where you need to be able to interface the guitar with the computer, and there's a few different ways of doing that. But again, like, you might be able to go out there and for under, $400 or $500, have a setup that sounds amazing and plays really, really well. Don't be afraid of people, guitar collectors and stuff who will spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a Gibson Les Paul, or, I've played a $30,000 Les Paul that I hated. You know, it's irrelevant. It's how it feels in your hands and how it plays. You know, and yeah, that's the key. Like, just go out there, find somebody who can help you, or a salesperson that you trust, and explain to them what you're looking for. I want a really good playing low end guitar that's got a good quality finish and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, but yeah, get out there and take a look. You know, I mean, this is just all I've got on there is basic amp settings. I put a noise gate on there because with single coil pickups, the studio lights give it quite a lot of hum. And I think I just put a reverb and a reverb preset on there. And I mean, you know, you can always switch it up a little bit. Why am I playing blues? I hate playing blues. But, you know. Yeah, see, I mean, you get in there. Whatever you want to play, you can do it, you know. So I implore you, get out there, get your hands on a guitar, start playing. The hardest part is the first 2 months. I promise you. Your fingers are going to hurt. Your fingers aren't going to do what your brain's telling them to do. It's going to feel clunky and awkward. But, I mean, look, at the end of the day, if you really want to do it, you'll push through that. And there's always people on the internet who are willing to teach you for free. You know, there's an abundance of YouTube channels about starting guitar, or even just get in there and learn a couple of songs that you love. Like, find, you know, there's always someone showing you how to play whatever song you're interested in, you know. So go check that out, get into it, learn to play guitar, and maybe one day I'll be reacting to your song on my channel. So thanks, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.